welcome back to the Spider's Web, and in this video we're doing an unboxing. Monsters from under the sea have invaded. They are virtually indestructible, so humans have to make giant walking machines. We're fighting the Kaiju in Pacific Rim Extinction. Okay, here we are with Pacific Rim Extinction. I'm going to get this wrapper off and you can have a proper look at the box because the light is hitting it a little too much and we're not getting a clear image of it. So let us get this off. Now we can see, so that's what we have. So that is basically Pacific Rim. The box. So let's turn this over and have a look. Jaegers and Kaiju clash in epic battle for survival. Which side will you choose? In Pacific Rim Extinction, 2 or more players take on the role of either the Pan-Pacific Defense Corps with their fleet of supermassive mechanical Jaegers or the invading Kaiju, destructive monsters sent by the precursors. This starter set contains everything you need to jump into the fight. The flagship Jaeger Gypsy Avenger faces off against the deadly attacks of Shrikethorn. Players will equip new weapons, high-tech mods and trained pilots for the Jaegers, or strange and powerful mutations for the Kaiju. You must choose your side, fight to save humanity or drive it to extinction. So, contents. We have 1 Gypsy Avenger Jaeger model, 1 Shrikethorn Kaiju model, 1 poster mat, 1 hex gauge, 16 combat die, 1 impulse dice. I got them wrong. Do that again. 16 combat dice, 1 impulse die, 2 terrain pieces, 12 building hexes, 6 3D buildings, 6 object tokens, 2 charge range counters, 2 ammo Kaiju blue counters, 6 scenario cards, 6 mission cards, 6 quick play cards, 1 Shrikethorn Kaiju miniature, or signature, 6 Shrikethorn action cards, 3 Kaiju offensive mutations, 3 Kaiju defensive mutations, 1 Gypsy Avenger Jaeger con pod, 6 Gypsy Avenger action cards, 6 Jaeger pilot cards, 6 Jaeger upgrade cards, and 1 rulebook. There you are. It's a game for 2 players, age 14 plus. It takes 30 plus minutes to play. At least that's what it says down here. So it's not a long game. So I'm going to take the lid off and see what we have inside. Now before I do anything else, I'm going to take the insert away because we can have a look at the minis later on. So I'm going to take, first off I'm going to take the dice out of there, the cards, these cards, the book, some more cards down there, and we have the Playmat, these 2 cards, and all this McGubbins down here. So let's tip it out and pop the box out of the way down here, and we can work our way through. Okay, so let's see what we have. Pop you down there. First thing I usually look at is the rule book. So let's do that, shall we? Okay, so we have a 32-page rule book. So it shows you how each one positions itself and what the arc ranges are. So we are actually working on this one from Pacific Rim, the second movie. can't for the life of me what it's called. Uprising. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that is indeed nice. Yes, I like that. That was a nice piece of artwork there. Oh, here we go with all the games. Now, if you had more than one Kaiju and more than one Jaeger, you can actually play teams, but each mini will be controlled by one separate person. I suppose it would be better if there was like 2 on each side, but yeah, never mind. So there we are, that's the rule book. That's quite nice, that. Have a proper look at that later. And now let's have a look at the tokens. So we have here some hex tiles with various things on. These are bunkers, tower blocks, that kind of thing. And then we have tiles with rubble on them on the other side. And then on this one we have tiles like a little housing estate on it. Not sure what that one is. And on the back we have pools of water by the look of it. And we have these +2 on this side and +1 on that side. I don't know what they are for. We will find out all of this when it comes around to start playing the game. Okay, now we have a few different things on here. We have what's like an Osprey plane there. The motorboat, train, helicopter, looks like another boat, I think, crashed lorry, bin wagon. And we have, I'm assuming that's for the Kaiju, that's for the Jaeger player. And that's for movement, your measuring guide and where you put the base of your mini positioning. And here we have the 3D pieces and some form of tracker. There we go. And yet more 3D buildings. Let's turn them around. Looks like a roof with ventilation things on it and a sunroof and skylights, I think they call them. And yet more for the 3D terrain. And the final tile set is yet more 3D terrain pieces. I do like these. As I didn't show the one underneath, which is just that basically. So there we are, that's the tile pieces. Let's put that over there out of the way. Oops. And then we can move on to the playmat. Now, I'm not opening this all because I don't have the room on the table to do it, but some of it, and as you can see, it is quite detailed. We've got lots of cars and lorries and other vehicles on here. As you can see, it's not marked out as a hex board, it's just plain, but it is two-sided. On the other side you've got this kind of setup. I'm sorry I can't show you everything yet because it's way too big to open up. So this is like, it's the underwater battle. It's got part of the, is it the rift? Yeah, got part of that there, which goes over to the next sheet. So yeah, I'm hoping that'll fit on my game table. Now, dice. Now, what was that thing that we said we had? Whoops. Impulse dice and combat dice. So that's the impulse die. Let's lower the camera. Okay, so we have the impulse die. And we have those faces on them. And then we have the battle dice rather. And I'm trying to find one of each face. Okay, so there's 2 blank faces. 2 of those faces. 1 of those. And 1 of those. I'm going to a little bit so you can see. So they're the faces of the dice that we have. We've got quite a few of them, as you can see. We've got 2 blank, 2 with an orange, a stone and orange background, an orange exclamation mark, and one with like an explosion on the orange background. So that's what we had, and they are quite nice in the hand as well. They're not too big or bulky. You throw a handful and you feel as though you feel very comfortable with them, which is quite nice. Some die can feel a bit awkward when you've got more than a few in your hand, but not these ones. Okay, so let's now have a look at. Oops, there's a dice trying to evade capture. There we are. So this is the com board for Gypsy Avenger. So you've got all your information on there. What it all is, I'm not sure yet. And then we have the board for Shrikethorn. And I'm assuming whenever you get any expansions, you get the other miniatures in the expansions, you'll get one of these for each mini. Well, there we go. Hopefully you can see that okay. Pop them there. Now let's have a look at these. Now these I think will be scenario cards. So we'll have some for Shrikethorn, or the Kaiju player. We'll have some for whatchamacallit, the I can't remember what they're called now. P I can't remember. Never mind. But these ones will fit. Which shows all. I'm not sure whether that's just a standard background or the 2 different types of cards. But let's have a look. Let's have a look. So here we are. Starts off with that one. Again, I'm not going through all of them. I'm just going to go through some of the same type of thing, and then look at these now. I was just wondering whether these were supposed to show you how to mini set up, but I don't know. We'll find out. We will find out. Looking forward to getting a go on this. PPDC, that was the word I was thinking of. There we are, so that's those cards. I didn't let you have a good look at that one, did I? Right, there we are. I hope you caught that. I'll pop those kits back over there. Now let's have a look at these cards. Now, I know these are split between the two. So we have that deck, and this deck. Let's look at these ones first. I think these will be sort of scenario cards, what you have to do to win. Objective cards, not scenario cards. I'll put them down there that you've seen. Because if I don't, I'll forget which ones I've seen and which ones we haven't, and I'll be here all day, putting cards from front to back, not knowing when to stop. There we go. Now we'll have a look for the Gypsy Avenger. These are the these are the things you can do. I can't remember what they call it. The action cards. I thought I said something different than that. But there's two ways of reading it. If you're damaged, power core gets damaged, no additional effects, blah blah blah. But as I say, you can see what they do. Hopefully you can read them upside down as well. So at the moment there's not all that many not all that many expansions come out. I think there's another 2 of each, 2 Jaegers and 2 Kaiju minis released. Speaking of Kaiju, here we are with the Kaiju Mutation cards. There we are. So that's those cards out of the way. Now I'm probably going to bin these bags because I'm not a great fan of them. They tend to stick to the cards and rip them. It hasn't happened there. And now for these small decks, I'm going to zoom in a little bit for these. I'm hoping I've zoomed in enough. Okay, so we have these tiny little things here. So I'm hoping you're able to read these ones. I think these will be equipment and things like that. Equipment or abilities, things like that, something like that. I'm not sure exactly, but that's it for those ones. And now for these. Oh yeah, he was played by John Boyega. If I get to remember right, he was in the later Star Wars movies. Was played by Clint Eastwood's son. I can't remember his first name though. Not a clue who she was played by, or any of the others really. Stacker Pentecost, he was played by Idris Elba in the first one. He plays John Mum's dad. And Sven Hammer. Don't remember him either. I watched the few films over the last couple of nights. I watched the second one yesterday and the first one the day before. I really enjoyed them actually. I don't know why it took me so long to actually get into them, because sci-fi is a genre I like, but just didn't appeal to me. And then we saw this on Geek and Sundry. And when we saw it, I thought now I'd get it when I could, because I didn't have enough to go do the Kickstarter at the time. So I found it fairly cheap the other day, so I went for it. And then I thought, well, what the heck, I've not seen the films, so I might as well watch them as well, so I did. Now it's time for the minis. Starts with the Kaiju. Here's Shrikethorn. Let me just zoom out a touch. Now, although it's pre-painted, it's not really bad. There is a distinct difference between, you know, the main body and the tail. It's that kind of plastic as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything else with this. So they're okay. I've had issues with this type of thing before where I tried repainting and it's just ended up sticky. But I might just add a few light pieces to this blue to try and make it stand out a little bit. I think I might just leave them. I think I'll just leave these. I'm not going to bother. Oh, decent enough. Let's put it that way. That will do for the Kaiju. And Gypsy Avenger next. The Jaeger. Here we are. Now I like the look of this fella. Quite metallic. I think the either could do have been a bit paler or a lot paler to show it's glowing, but again, the same there. A little bit of white in the middle of those might make it look as though it's what's the word I'm looking for? Glowing a bit more than it actually is, but you know, we're not too fussed about things like that, so there we are. That's Gypsy Avenger and Shrikethorn, and hopefully might get some tips on these or how to play this properly, because I'm looking forward to having a go with Ali now. I've seen the films. Pacific Rim was one of Ali's favourite films, and I'll change my glasses again while not reading anything. So yeah, Pacific Rim was one of Ali's favourite films, so I said I'd get this for her. She only seen the first one, not the second one, so got on the first two, and we watched them, as I say, over the last couple of nights, and really enjoyed them. So I hope the game lives up to the films. But that's it for this video. As always, take care, God bless, and bye for now. Stay safe, and see you next time.